This is a great way to force a single card or even multiple cards. This method can be used in most situations, but I especially like it if I'm performing for other magicians because they're going to think that they know what I'm about to do. This force looks very much like the most basic force you learn when you first get into card magic, where you ask a spectator to cut the cards anywhere they want, and you take the rest of the deck to mark the spot where they cut to, and then you go on to something else, and when you come back, you show them they cut to whatever card. Of course, this was just the top card of the deck. When you cut it, you marked it off. You're just marking the top card, so it's very easy to force. But the version I'm about to show you is slightly different than that. So let's say I wanted to force the ace of spades and the four of diamonds. I'd ask the spectator to cut the cards anywhere they want. Let's say they cut off this many cards. I'd say these next two cards, which absolutely are the cards in the middle of the deck, are going to be the ones we use. So I'll take the packet that you cut, I'll turn it upside down, I'm going to place it back on top of the deck, and then the two cards, the first two down cards, those are the ones we're going to use. I'm not going to do any sneaky sleight of hand. I'm not going to cut the cards. I'm just going to spread them out, and the first two face down cards that we come to will be the two cards that you selected. So it's this card, it's this card, very fair, and of course they are the four of diamonds and the ace of spades. Now, of course, this move in itself is not a trick. You have to incorporate this card force into some bigger routine. For example, you could have four random cards, write them down on a prediction, put them in an envelope, put them aside. You could force these four cards and then show them that you predicted that before. Or you could take matching cards of these four and place them in somebody's pocket. I mean, there's a million things you can do. So the secret to this trick is that you have one double-sided card. You could purchase these on Amazon for almost nothing, or you can make one yourself by taking two cards face to face and just gluing them together. Once you have your double back card, you're going to pick the cards that you want to force. So let's say it's these four cards. I'm going to place them face up on top of the deck. Then I'm going to place the double back card on top of them, and I'm ready to go. Now, there's no reason to convince them it's a regular deck of cards, but you could just nonchalantly flip through the cards like this while you're talking. You could even spread them out, just being careful not to show these top few cards, because obviously then they know something was up. When you're ready to perform the trick, you'll ask them to cut the cards, but don't ask them to complete the cut. So let's say they cut here. You want to make a big deal about pointing out that you're going to use the next four cards, the cards that they cut to. You'll take the rest of these cards, flip them upside down, essentially putting that double back card here, and then the force cards face down on top of that here, and then the next face-up card and all the face-up cards on top of that. So now when you very cleanly spread these cards out to show them you're not cutting or shuffling, you're just going to go to those next four cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and flip them over. And the only thing you have to worry about at this point is that nobody flips this card over because that's a double backer. Just take the rest of the deck, face down, put this on top of it. Now the top card is a double backer, and you can get rid of it later.